Going on, guys? It's your boy PS239 Riverboy, and I'm back at it again with another video. And today I'm gonna teach you guys how, or a bunch of tips and tricks, and how to use poinex effectively. So basically, guys, I don't really have too much funds on my poinex account all the time because I have evolved and now I stake my coins and get a really high daily rate. So they pay me daily for holding my tokens, and it's around like a 20% APR. And then I stake them until we hit a top, and then I sell those coins, and then I bought them, guys. So I didn't do too much of the pot because um, I like to keep a good flow of income. I like income, so if I'm staking and I keep that income flowing, so instead of selling my whole bag, I'll sell like a third of my bag, and then I'll use some of that to pay off some of the loans that I took, because you can borrow against your crypto. So I took some loans and bought crypto when it was even cheaper than it is now, and I paid off that loan that I bought the Pepe when it was at 30, and now I'm gonna buy some of the Pepe that I just sold at 36, almost 37, and we've been botting it, and then we're gonna bot it all the way down, guys, because we have a feeling we're gonna keep falling. And just to be safe, I bought a couple other coins for some extra volatility and maybe some extra gains, because sometimes Pepe isn't will stay stagnant, and then if I jump into another coin that can do some crazy ridiculous stuff like 10%, or let's just look at the past 420% in just a couple days, then I can get like 400% more Pepe than I had before. And I also have my Coin Depot coin. I actually have a lot of this in my cold wallet, and I am slowly selling off at the high prices. Like, say, when we go above 8 cent, I'll slowly sell off some of my cold wallet and then add it in back into the bot at cheaper prices than when I sold. So I want to get more Coin Depot coin than when I had sold. So I actually sell some, wait for it to dump, then buy back in when I know I'm getting more coins than I had before, but this time inside a bot, guys. So I'm pretty much trying to keep my Coin Depot coin and get it into a bot. So that's why it says my start price is 0.8, but my holding price is 0.7, and that's just roughly around, that's actually like a big difference. If you look at the cost, that's probably another 6%, but I'm not 6% down. I'm pretty much breaking even because I've done a couple trades, and I've been buying it at the low end, and I've been buying it on the low end, and it's been going up and staying relatively up. And the same thing with this one. I'm a little bit down, but I actually do believe this coin is going to do some crazy numbers. So what I basically, one of the basic tips for you guys, and this is what I do all the time, is I just bought this until we hit that low, the very low. So I'm assuming we might go to 30s this time, but I'm going to keep an eye on it and make sure if we do go below 20s or 29, we finally see 29 again. If we break 30, we usually test 27 or 28. So that's what I just got to keep my eye on. If we do hit 30, I got to make sure if we break 30, I'm going to not preemptively stop my bot. I need to just hold out for a little bit and wait for it to turn green, and then I can start. I'll close out the bot, and I'll show you guys what I do now. So if you want to close out the bot, you just click there and close out the bot. But rather than returning it in USDT, unless we're at the very tippy top and you basically you didn't get this opportunity to do this that I'm telling you now, and you just want to close the bot with all of the cash, you return it as USDT. But what I want to do is I want to use the bot until we get to the very low price, and then once we're at the very low price, I'm going to return all of it as Pepe to my account, and then USDT, and then whatever's left over from USDT, which is the grid profit and whatever cash that is holding in the holdings from buying more Pepe, is basically that's what I'm going to use to buy at the low price. I'll use the grid profit and that all at the same time on the Pepe, and then we just hold the Pepe on the account, wait for another top, and then we rinse and repeat, guys. And basically it's a simple, easy thing. Basically, you try to sell it at a very tippy top and close out, wait a little bit for the price to go down before you start the bot. And you usually want to start the bot when you think we're going to go when we hit a resistance level, but you think we're going to go even lower. So I started at 52 because that is a resistance. 50, 35 or 35.2 is a resistance level, and you usually bounce right off of it. So that's when I started the bot, and we did go up almost enough to get me back, because I started it around here somewhere. We did almost get back for me to get one sale, but then we turned around and started coming down. So I should have maybe put my grids a little bit closer, but I do want to make the most Pepe within that period. And I kind of did spread my top range a little bit too high when I set it. I must have added a 0. No, I must have not meant to put 8, but I guess I put 8. But it don't matter. I'm only down $6 on that right now, which isn't that much, honestly. I think Pepe might turn around in the short term, because Pepe does like to do, like if you look at the charts, it does like to do sharp little boosts up and then down, sharp little boosts up and then down, sharp little boosts up and then down, and then we'll consolidate for almost an entire day at a very low resistance point, which I'm thinking we might come back down to 32 or 30, guys, all the way down here to 31 or 30, like over here. I'm thinking that that's where we're going to consolidate at, and then I'm going to just close out the bot, hold all of the Pepe, wait until, like, say we're at 41, and then close out the bot, or sell all of the Pepe, I mean. And then I would wait until we're at like another resistance level, which is, I can't hit it, it's like 36 flat, and then I would start the bot, and then yeah, I would sell some of the Pepe on the way up, and then I would reap the benefits on the way down. But I might actually add more grids to my bot, because it looks like I'm trading every 6%. Let's track this. Yeah, I'm trading 2% of my Pepe every 25%. That's actually not the best. So yeah, I just needed to add more funds, and it was probably because I had that 8. I usually like keeping it in between the most recent high, but it's gonna have me sell. I'm gonna do some tweaking with that later, but that's how you basically keep all of the Pepe. You on the bottom, you hold all. You want to stop the bot once we hit the bottom and you think we're going to turn around, guys. So I usually like to track BTC and Ethereum and look at their resistance levels to pretty much track Pepe and all my other meme coins. So right now, I think the bottom for the short term, relatively future, is like around 67,500. So once we hit 67,500, that's when we're probably going to be right around here in the 32s, and then I'll close out the bot, guys. And that's when I'll just hold the Pepe until we hit another top. But then, like I said, if I'm wrong and we keep going down, I just send the Pepe to Coin Depot, like back to Coin Depot, and then I take a loan out on the Pepe. And like I just paid the most recent loan I had on there, and we dropped, like, let's see, I paid that most recent loan off and we dropped 6%. So I could get a loan and then basically make another 6% if we go back to the same prices. But if we drop down another 5% and then I get the loan, I'll make 10% on the way up. And then, like, say I do $1,000, I'll make $100. So that's pretty much what I'm just doing, and amplifies my gains. And basically, you could do it both ways, but it's actually a little bit better to just to borrow when you're down, when it's really down, and you're like, damn, when the streets are red, when there's blood in the streets, you buy, guys. So right now, I think we might continue to go a little bit lower, and then we might do a little shake up. I actually did hear something about a death cross, and we might retest 60,000, guys. So that's another thing you might have to worry about. And I would just keep my bots loaded up with cash, honestly. But I'm not really too worried about the price of all of these coins, because just like I said, I just want to get more coins that I had the day before. So as long as I can do that, I don't really care about the price, honestly. But alright, guys, I'm gonna hit you guys up in the next one. I want you guys to like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, let's stack this Bitcoin together.